This is definitely the biggest tree I've ever dealt with in my life, by a mile.
That is a chunk, dude. That is a, wow. That is a hippopotamus.
We have set out 2 logs to catch this big old chunk.
We need to debark this old girl. Get all naked.
With this burn, we're putting off a lot of heat. It's like a human oven in there. Could roll over and just cremate myself. That look a little? Heck yeah.
In today's video, we're gonna be taking a 100-year-old poplar and trying to turn it into the ultimate fishing canoe. The only problem that we have is this tree was blown over by a tornado and it's still connected to its root system, which happens to be 20 feet tall and weighed literal tons. So in part 1, we need to separate the tree from the root system without getting crushed and then begin turning this 100-year-old poplar into the ultimate fishing boat.
Machinery involved. Has a pressure system if it's in gear. Just letting you guys know that, because I knew that for sure. So the goal to attack this thing, we want to start beneath here, saw up about 1/3, kind of get on both sides. Problem is, it's deep in the dirt right now, so we got this little backhoe. We're gonna clear out some areas we can at least get an angle in. We don't need a very wide area. We just need a wide enough area to run a chainsaw. I'm good. Yeah, there we go. Oh yeah. Watch out for that massive load, brother. Don't want to drop any heavy bits on you. I hear some cracking. Come on. Yeah. Watch yourself up there. Dude, is this thing set in like metric or something? You know what I'm saying? Because it feels like it ain't English at all. Ooh, we're moving some dirt now, boys. Come on. Take all that out of there. Wouldn't want to put it back in the hole, you know? It's a big hole. Should we bring in reinforcements? I don't know. Ooh. Yep. Yellow jacket. We were having trouble with the roots in the mini tractor, so we got Charlie to come out here with a backhoe, separate the top of the tree, because that's also a pretty dangerous part if you're dealing with a down tree. He came out here like a real man, just obliterated it, figured out the tree is hollow. Now we hear yellow jackets just humming all in the top end of the tree. This is definitely the biggest tree I've ever dealt with in my life, by a mile. Oh my gosh, dude. It's even more hollow down here. Echo! That's crazy. Gets even wider. Holy smokes. It's kind of good news. It's like a giant PVC pipe.
Today's video, sponsor, brought to you by the force behind it. We are sponsored by BetterHelp. If you've never heard of BetterHelp, they are a super convenient way to get therapy no matter where you're located. It's completely online, so you're not confined to the therapy of your area anymore, especially if your therapist kind of sucks. BetterHelp has a network of over 30,000 different therapists, and the way it works, when you log on for the first time, you take a questionnaire and it matches you with the therapist that specializes in whatever area you're struggling in. You can meet with them through a phone call, you can message them, and if you want, you can video chat with them. Just schedule an appointment. If you don't end up liking the therapist that you get matched with, swap them. Completely free. No hits to the insurance. No additional cost. So if you think therapy through BetterHelp could help you can go to betterhelp.com/AO, get 10% off your first month. That's 10% off with betterhelp.com/AO. Now back to the log.
I think we're gonna take the tractor, move this big chunk out of the way. Hopefully we freed that up enough though, so we won't have any more splits. I feel pretty confident. There's only a little area connected right there. Chunk, dude. That is a, wow. That is a hippopotamus. All right, so the game plan, we have set out 2 logs to catch this big old chunk. We don't want to bury it down in the dirt again. This way we can roll it, work on different sides of it. We don't have to pick it up with a tractor or move it anywhere. Last cut. This is the most dangerous cut that we're gonna do today. I have to cut down next to the root ball, which is going to take all this weight off of that root system. The hope is that this piece of wood just lays down and doesn't try to roll over, especially towards us. We're going to cut all the way down like we did last time, hop on the other side, try to stand clear of the root system and pay attention, make sure this log doesn't roll over on anybody. If we can get through this, I'll feel a lot better. Whew. Shoot, man, that is so sketchy. Well, I guess that root system's a little bit more stable than we thought. I feel like that was one of those Facebook videos where they say they're about to do something for like 5 minutes and then they keep teasing you and then they never do it. I'll take that any day. Oh, dude, that's awesome. I was so nervous. There's so much tree moving. I was really expecting that thing to, but it just laid down just how we planned it. She's also sitting above the ground so we can debark her, start getting to work on the boat. Holy smokes, dude, that feels awesome. Oh, that looks so wild. I bet seeing that thing fall in person was crazy. Holy smokes, dude. You can see the whole way through it. We got good news and we got bad news. Tree is hollow from top to bottom. So we had no idea until we cut her open that she was. Good news is that means there's like 1,000 pounds of wood that's already removed from the boat, which is pretty stellar. Bad news, that means we're not gonna be able to carve down into the boat to make a transom and to make the front of the boat curve up in a beautiful bow. But before we worry about any of that, we need to debark this old girl. Get all naked. I know how you like a naked poplar. Good news is it is a poplar and most of the bark is already falling off. Oh yeah. I was talking to my granddad and he was saying poplars, I really didn't know if they would be better or worse than working on an oak. He was saying it's actually pretty soft wood, so once we get down to the carving, it shouldn't be terrible. Every time I say something shouldn't be terrible, it's terrible. That looks so crazy. Oh, dude. What are those? is so gross. Mmm. What would you give me?
2 Wendy's chicken nuggets.
Some of this wood, not all of it, some of it is absolutely gorgeous. Okay. I don't know a lot about wood, but that looks crazy. Okay. Other side. Ooh. Yeah, yeah. Oh yeah. I love heavy machinery, baby. I love it. I don't like how it looks like twistier than Bass Pro Shops decor. I mean, it looks like Johnny Morris went out here and found it. Come on, girl. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, I know. Oh yeah. That is awesome. That is one of the most smooth trees I've ever handled. That's crazy, man. It is so smooth. Definitely an oddly satisfying thing to peel bark off a big tree. So, next step, we need to remove the top, because we already have a cavity where this thing's hollow. We didn't plan on having that, but since we do, instead of just cutting a flat top and then carving down inside the walls, we're gonna cut an entire canal down the tree. And we're gonna remove some of the parts of the tree that aren't that perfect. Look a little unboaty, if you will. Also, I sat in a puddle. Like, if you're worried that that's sweat, not. There's puddles everywhere out here. Just really watch out where you're sitting. Thing is that a gas? No? No. Turn that choke off now. Good news is we've made it about 8 inches. We only got 18 foot to go. We sharpened the old girl up. I don't know if that's gonna make a difference at all, but good Lord, I feel like that GoPro shot could make this thing parental advisory. Yeah, whole thing was out. And say that means we're out of gas. Holy smokes, dude. I just mooned my granddad's neighbors for about 10 minutes. Like everything. New day, same suckery. LeBron James. Thing tastes like a grown man just jumped in. Oh yeah! Wow! That is exhausting, dude. I believe that's gas. Again.
Good Lord. It felt like I was about to land on my back. Son of a poop knocker, dude. This side is like real stubborn. Thank you, dude. Appreciate it. You know, they always say you hire family, the best thing you could ever do. Jesus. All right. I'm not gonna. Oh God. Woo. We had a split in that piece of wood, and now we have a solid frame to start working on. No splits, baby. Just beautiful poplar. So beautiful. So beautiful. Yes. The roof is now off, or pretty much. There's a little catch right here, but we can now navigate the entire inside of the log. I know most dugout canoes that I've seen on the internet, they don't have a hollow tree, so they can kind of have a natural bow and transom. Bear with us. The next thing we're gonna do, before I explain mine, we're gonna come down, pack the whole tree full of some dry sticks, and we're gonna start doing burns and seeing how much of this tree we can thin out. I left this upper rim of the boat on. It'll probably be around this height when we're done, but hopefully this will reflect heat back in here and we can eat through the tree a little bit quicker without ruining the boat. Please. Oh! Nothing, not even a flinch. The log is packed. We got all the wood in there that we need. It's been pretty dry. Hadn't rained in like a week. And it's probably not gonna rain for another week, so gotta be careful. Good thing is, all the stuff we had around here is weeded, it's gone. So we don't have a bunch of junk just piled up around here that our burn could spread to. We got some water, ton of lighter. Hopefully we eliminate some work, have a good time doing it, and don't start forest fire. Only thing that has me a little spooked is I've never burned a canoe before, and most of the time canoes are half of a tree. You're burning down into the tree. Right now we're burning inside of our tree, which I think is fine. I'm just worried that the heat could get to be too much and that this tree might be a little too rotten with too many splits. It would really bite if we did all this work to this point and just burned her to the ground. What I was really hoping this burn would accomplish, there's so much of this rotten, uneven wood. I was hoping we would just eat all of that rotten stuff out of the way. Honestly, I don't know which will be better for our chainsaw, to cut rotten wood or to cut burn wood, but we just made a decision and went with it. That's how a lot of these backyard projects go. Trust the old gut. Typically pay for that later. One thing we really don't want to do is see any fire poking out of the bottom of the old girl. Don't worry, if things get out of control. Hey. What the heck is going on? Dude, that is some dark smoke. That made a huge difference, trust me. I know what I'm doing.
So to be completely honest with you guys, I've never really done a burn on a tree before. It's kind of freaking me out, especially with the amount of smoke that's pouring out of this bad girl. With this burn, we're putting off a lot of heat. It's like a human oven in there. Could roll over and just cremate myself. It is warm. It is really warm. Some people would get scared if this was their project. I'm not some people. Not scared at all. Definitely not scared that we wasted all this time and effort and we're ruining it right now. Definitely not. So not scared. Hot. Oh, yes. Yes. Now I would say the first burn, thought it was a lot more going on when it was happening. Like the flames are shooting 4 foot, 5 foot in the air. I thought we were gonna burn through the whole tree. Maybe took an inch, which is not that much. So we might have to do quite a few burns. It's kind of a good feeling though, knowing that we're not just ruining the tree after a good one. Gotta put this bad boy out. Try not to burn up my wife's granddad tonight. Call it a day. That steam is incredible. Just feels like you're sticking your hand right in a boiling pan. There's a burn ban. So all burning the log is put on pause. And my voice is stuck in a completely disingenuous way. Want to buy a used car? All right, just picked up new 24-inch chainsaw that's going to help us out a lot to fit through these sides. By the end of today, we want to cut off these top pieces so that we have the actual height of the boat figured out. Also, gonna be getting manual. A lot of blisters coming in hot. Gonna get in here, start chipping this thing out. We still got 6 to 8 inches on the very base of the tree, which is heavy. The tree is cleaned out. The game plan to cut the sides off level all the way down the tree. We just picked up a couple levels. We got a 2x4, about a 4-footer coming in, and we marked the highest parts of this tree. We're gonna come in with a level, mark a flat line across, do the same thing on the other side of the tree. Then we have a 1x6. We're gonna put a chalk line down the tree, screw this piece of wood to the tree to give us a physical marker. So I'm not just running a chainsaw staring down a chalk line hoping for the best. It is kind of amazing to think that a people group with tools they made from rocks and stones were able to do this and make 40, 50-foot canoes. It's crazy. Shoot, like my beard line. Trash. You got a future in that.
Dude, have you ever screwed a piece of wood to a log, dude?
No. All right, now take a step back and look at it.
That does not look right.
No, brother, it don't. If I pull it up a little bit, would you screw it in right here?
Or do you want me to just pull up?
You can pull up. Go ahead. You're going to have to pull up like a man, though.
I can only pull up for so long, dude. If you start fiddle spot and ram with that screw.
I'm panicking.
Holy crap.
Oh, no. Let me get it started first. Piece of garbage. You put all that pressure on me, you know I can't deal with pressure. Yeah. God, this feels sketchy. so much stronger than the 18-inch. Wild. That is so crazy the difference equipment can make, dude. We are flying compared to what we've been doing up to this point. Also, I don't know the impacts of like breathing poplar in, but I got a lot inside of my body right now. Yeah. Go, girl. Dude, that was a snag. I was so scared that we just blew $500 on a saw that wasn't gonna help us. But it's doing great. Why don't we go flush with your side down there? This side's all janked. Think that'll work? All that in one tank of gas is pretty dang good, dude. We spent multiple days cutting the top out, 24 inches. Ah! That look cool at all? That is a lot heavier than you would assume. That looks crazy. That looks like one of those tables that white people make. I think now we need to make a game plan of how we're gonna go about thinning this out. I think we can block some of it, but I'm nervous that if I get a little too confident out here with a big saw, I'm just gonna saw straight through the center of the boat. End up having to take this thing to Tim's fiberglass shop. Can we pop a line? Just a quick one. We can fix that in post. I was wanting for more of a narrow that I was working on. Was transom back there. Stop. All right, why you gotta film it all close? Film it again. Cool. It did not come out even, but it almost adds to it being all rugged. I feel like by knocking these edges off, we're gonna be able to get in there and really chip without having constrictions of these lips. Without having these tree lips just hug our shins. All right, are you ready? Assume position. That is gonna make a huge difference when it gets to chip time, which is like in 20 minutes. To this point, we've pretty much just been using chainsaws and tractors. Hasn't been just back. Hasn't been just back-breaking work. It's been hard, but we haven't just swung something for 12 hours at a time. And we've gotten to the point where it's time to get to swinging. We're about to have to chip out inches and inches of wood. And I have a feeling it's gonna be a lot tougher than we think. The fact that people made like 40-foot canoes with no power tools is insane. Me and old Mr. Pickaxe are about to become quite fond of each other. The tree itself has a little bit more meat on the right side. We're about to spend the next, God, I don't even want to put a timestamp on how long this is gonna take. The next amount of time in this video swinging. I'm gonna start here and just work backwards. This is gonna be so fun. That is what we're working with. That is not the best thing when you're chipping, but for the boat, it's a good sign. Ah, stingy. Get that. Woo! Yeah. This is about to be good stuff, dude. We're gonna finish today's video in an Old Navy buying smaller jeans. That's the goal.
So the burn ban sucks. We initially planned on burning like an additional 3 inches, 4 inches in certain areas. We were gonna let the fire do the work, but now we're in a place where we have to do it, or we need to wait another 2 weeks until rain hits. We don't have that time. We already don't upload enough, so we're working on that. We have 2 options. We can either A, chip all the meat of the tree out that we planned on burning, or get the new chainsaw. You know what I'm saying? I'm so scared I'm gonna cut through the bottom of it. God, I feel like I'm gambling every second when I'm running the chainsaw. We're running into some issues. We got a lot of crackage. It's an old tree, really old. And we have cracks that are as thick as our hole walls. And if you have a crack that thick, it's a problem. My big fear is that once we get in the water, water would love to just seep on through there and sink this thing to the bottom immediately. So we're leaning towards leaving as much of the wood on the boat as possible. I know that dugout canoes are supposed to be like 1 inch, 2 inches, but also I imagine we've had a few more McDoubles than Native Americans. We're gonna try to come in here with a planer and a chipper and just clean out some of this ash, make it a little bit wider so we can fit in here comfortably. Then we gotta worry about the transom and the bow. Plan just keeps changing, bro. But we're adapting and overcoming. All right, so we're about to use a planer. I was told by my cameraman that if I wear goggles while using a planer, I'll get made fun of on the internet. So if I lose an eye, at least I look cool. Oh, okay.